Are you sitting at home, pondering about what tracksuit you want to buy? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the pros and cons of multiple popular tracksuits in 2024. The first tracksuit I'm going to be talking about is the well-known, or actually, you could say they're an up-and-coming wonder kid from EAFC, to be honest, Corteiz. In my opinion, Corteiz have really upped their tracksuit game in the past couple months. Everyone knows about the cargo bottoms, but Clint also does really nice tracksuit tops and full tracksuits. The Corteiz jumpers and tracksuit tops can be a bit more expensive compared to what you would usually pay for a jumper or hoodie. But for some reason, I've always had this misconception in my head that Corteiz never actually sell full tracksuits. But they clearly do. I mean, just look at the modeling photos. It's very clear that even though a hoodie can be a different material compared to the bottoms, it doesn't mean that you can't wear the two pieces together. But Clint has released what looks like many different types of materials for tracksuits. In my head, I've always thought if I wanted a Corteiz tracksuit, well, I wouldn't get one. I'd get the cargo bottoms and a t-shirt, as for some stupid reason, I've never had a look at their full tracksuits before. And actually, guys, if you take a look here, the tracksuits are pretty nice. I've done a review on Corteiz before, and it looks like they have really upped their game since I made that video in terms of their t-shirts quality. So I can imagine the tracksuits have possibly gone up in terms of quality. As well as full tracksuits though, guys, Corteiz also do really nice full sets for spring jackets. Actually, these elite work ones are my favorite, but they're just so expensive though. I think for the one singular jacket it's £220, so I've never actually picked one up. Clint has also sold these puffer jackets in the past, the bolo ones. I'm personally not a fan of these coats as they're really bolo. The sleeves are huge, and I just think on my skinny body that it would just look terrible. Anyway, we're not talking about coats, we're talking about tracksuits. Now, Syna World. This month, they could be my new favorite brand. Just look at these tracksuits that are releasing soon. I really need myself that black, grey and yellow one. The model literally models it with the same 95s I have. Link to that review will be at the end of this video. Syna World started off by releasing these rope tracksuits with flared bottoms, and in my opinion, they weren't amazing. But it was a start for the new brand owner, Central C. I mean, to be fair to him, I think the majority of us have never seen this design ever made before with the rope drawstring, so fair play for doing such a risky design. Anyway, this new Syna tracksuit, yeah, it could just have my money. Guys, I'm being serious. I will be there when it drops, not even looking at the price, and I'll press that Apple Pay button. From pictures on Instagram, we can see that the bottoms have inside drawstrings, which is a big plus in my opinion. I like having the option of them showing sometimes and then them not showing, if you know what I mean. Like, actually, just for a quick example, these red Jordan bottoms that I'm wearing, these drawstrings have to be showing all the time because it's on the front of the design. They can't go inside, if you know what I mean. Otherwise, that would just look really weird. The zippers have this sort of Syna S logo design on them. It's also got a sort of polo collar opening at the neck. Actually, I've actually got something like that. Here we go. I've got a PSG tracksuit top, which looks exactly like the Syna design. And yeah, that is what I'm talking about. The bottoms look proper. Like, guys, I'm sorry. I need these so bad. The design of where the colors cut off is just perfect in my opinion. It looks like multiple colors of this design will release in the coming future, but the neon white and black ones are my favorite. The only annoying thing with Syna World is that I believe for every drop they've done so far, you have to buy the full set. You can't buy singular items. And this is obviously different to a lot of mainline brands like Nike. Like, you could buy bottoms singularly, you don't have to buy the full tracksuit, and that can make it a lot more appealing and a lot more cheaper for people. It makes it a lot cheaper because I imagine I'm going to be shelling out £180 when I go to get this tracksuit. And let's say some people only wanted the jacket from the drop, they're paying £180 and they only really wanted the jacket. It's probably around £100 worth maybe. And me personally, I do actually prefer the bottoms way more to the jacket. I mean, they haven't released it yet, but if they do actually just release the bottoms and the jacket sells out, I'm really happy with just getting the bottoms. I'm not the richest guy in the world as well, you know, like, I just want something from this drop. Football tracksuits is what I want to talk about next. I think when I say football tracksuits, most people are going to resonate with PSG tracksuits. They are the best tracksuits, football tracksuits in my opinion. I've never actually owned one because recently the PSG tracksuit lines haven't been as good compared to the ones a couple years ago. But anyway, it doesn't have to be PSG, it can be any Nike football tracksuit, to be honest. Chelsea always put out fire tracksuits. Nike have been producing sick Barcelona tracksuits for years now. There's a wide range of international clubs tracksuits on Nike for you guys to look at, so I definitely would recommend you guys have a look if you're looking at copying a football tracksuit. Some can be funky and some can be simple. Nike even make tech fleeces for literally every club they supply for. Football tracksuits, to be honest, haven't really been in trend for the past year, but like we saw with a little rise in football shirt fashion last year in 2023, I do think maybe this spring and winter we can see a rise again in football tracksuits. I just have a feeling. I've had a feeling on this channel before with tech fleeces and so so on, and I've been right. And I also have a feeling that PSG, when the new season starts, the 2024/25, they're going to release some fire tracksuits. I don't know why. I feel like they've been off it for a couple years, and I feel like they're just going to up it. I don't know why. And if not, the craziness to Barcelona's tracksuit designs, I don't think that's going to die down anytime soon. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, then make sure to drop a like and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It's completely free. Following me on my Instagram, BTS Clothier, is also free, so why don't you do that? I want to talk about small streetwear brands now from the UK. Grafter, a brand I've bought from and known and kept my eye on for the past 4 years or so, is returning. Like Syna World, they are releasing a shell tracksuit soon, and they've just sold out their return drop. This drop sort a new look, in my opinion, to Grafter. I've got a hoodie, as you can see here, and the print is really good quality, but sadly after 3 or so washes, the drawstrings from the hoodie have somehow made it into the hood. It's really annoying because it's a good quality hoodie, but the drawstrings really don't cut it on this. Hopefully they've got that right now the brand has re-released. Lorenzo Verratti is another brand I'm keeping my eye on. They've been consistent for a couple of years now, producing cold pieces. I personally know them because of the coats they make. I think they're pretty cool, and I may have just bought one ready for a review in the winter time. And yes, the designs that Lorenzo Verratti produce are very, very similar to what we see with a lot of the UK brands, but I usually find it quite cringe when brands do these similar designs. But with Lorenzo Verratti, I don't know, I don't really see them as cringe. I'd rock multiple Lorenzo Verratti tracksuits, to be honest. I just think the way the brand has been built, well, it's been built really well. They don't make loads of designs and then make loads of stock. They've just kept it quite chill and just moved quite slowly but surely in the fashion industry, streetwear industry. We've seen loads of top tier rappers like Central C, NLE Chopper, 50 Cent, Tion Wayne, and M24 repping Lorenzo Verratti, and that's just to name a few. And I personally think in the coming years, if they stray away from these classic UK designs on their tracksuits, they can separate themselves as a really big brand and stand out from all the others, because I'd also consider them a small UK brand. I feel like everyone in the UK needs a new sort of design of tracksuit to come out, and I feel like Lorenzo Verratti can be the brand to do that. Now, Nike Tech Fleece. I'm going to talk about this for literally 20 seconds because I have a playlist with 67 Nike Tech Fleece videos in on this channel. It's the best tracksuit ever made since 2013. Nike have always produced slapper after slapper and is the best in terms of price, materials, and comfortability. Next. Once again, like the Nike Tech Fleece, I'm not going to go over this tracksuit as I've literally got a video where I compare this tracksuit to the Nike Tech Fleece, which I'll leave a link to at the end of this video, and it's the Ralph Lauren one. Duh. If you guys want to see these tracksuits compared side by side, then make sure to watch the video at the end of this video. US style tracksuits. Clothier, what on earth do you mean by this? I'm talking about your Bapes, your Chrome Hearts, your Spider hoodies, those sorts of tracksuits, you know? The loose fit. Over in the UK, I feel like a lot of guys wear skinny tracksuits, whereas over in the US, I feel like the majority wear baggy tracksuits. And it's a look I do sometimes go for and try to pull off, as it actually is a lot more comfier than wearing a skin tight tracksuit. Like, it's kind of obvious. It's much more comfortable to wear a tracksuit which has a lot of air in it than a skinny tracksuit. And the brands that I've just mentioned are the best in my opinion for pulling off this drippy look, the US style look. Me personally, I'm actually trying to make an outfit for this baggy look. So if you guys know any brands that I don't know, because obviously I'm not American, so for you Americans out there, can you let me know in the comments any brands that I should get onto, and I'll start researching about them. Watch this video where I review the Nike 95 neon colorway. If not, then watch this video where I compare the Nike Tech Fleece to the Ralph Lauren tracksuit.